another countdown, so that's fine.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Hello, welcome to the Ether of Wrestling. I'm Alexander Masterson, and today I'm just doing with the recent resurgence of professional wrestling with everyone right now, there's still some people that have not joined the bandwagon and got back on. I personally have never left professional wrestling, but I know a lot of people that have. Today, I am joined by someone who I've known quite a few years, well, his entire life. But anyway,
Yeah, my whole life.
my cousin, Ja. Ja, how are you today,
How y'all
boss?
doing today? I'm doing pretty good. Pretty well. Can't complain
Good,
much.
good. Tell me, when was the first time you watched professional wrestling? And first of all, how old are you, brother? Let everybody know how old you are.
Oh yeah, I'm 34. 34 right now. And man, the first time I watched professional wrestling, I believe I'd have to say it was probably WCW. I was watching good old, man, who was I watching at that time, man? I can't remember. But it was WCW. It was the early 90s, probably about 95, 96, somewhere around there.
All right. So
And
who? Okay, continue.
I'm trying to think about 95, 96. Yeah. Anyway, go ahead. My fault.
So all right. So who was your favorite wrestler growing up?
Growing up, my first favorite wrestler of all time was Billy Kidman.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, the great and favorite Jeff Hardy.
All right. All right. So definitely
Jeffrey.
a fan of the high flyers, the cruiserweight division, light
Yes.
heavyweights. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Okay. So when did you stop watching wrestling? What made you stop following the sport or entertainment, whatever way you look at it?
Let's see. I just grew into different hobbies, I guess you could say, more or less. I started getting into guns and more video games and gotten older. I can't necessarily say, well, I grew out of it because I haven't watched it in a while, but I'm still interested in it. But I just
Okay.
haven't watched it in a while. Just more or less because I lost my whole passion, to be honest. I wanted to be a wrestler at one point.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I was going to bring that up. You actually have been paid to perform inside the squared circle and have wrestled before,
Yes.
and I feel like it's you look at it at a different lens because you have performed the art. You've taken up the trade before, and to see that you've taken up the trade and you've like just gotten rid of it completely. What was, what has made you not want to just flip back on with the resurgence, the Rock returning, the Vince leaving, them getting major deals overseas, and the AEW with Tony Khan and his company,
That's hot.
you know?
That's hot. I think that's a good direction for wrestling for the most part. If everybody's, hopefully it's getting more mainstream. I want these guys to get more they need a lot more. I wouldn't necessarily say I would say appreciation. They put their lives on the line a lot. Anything to help these guys get some more, I definitely settle for that. Ooh,
I definitely agree. Definitely agree.
yo, can you see me? My bad, my
Yeah,
phone just like
you're still
blacked
good.
out.
You're still good.
Okay,
Still see you.
all right,
Nothing changed on your end.
all right,
So I
sweet.
can definitely see that. I can definitely see that. What would get you back into wrestling? What would make you be like, I'm going to tune in or I'm going to stream this pay per view? Considering that more PLEs now with the WWE and TNA.
Oh yeah. What would get me back into wrestling? Hang on one second. Sorry, man. I
No
gotta
problem.
shut this door. Y'all making too much noise. Dang. My bad. I didn't know if you could hear that or not. But what would get me back into it?
Yes.
I could safely say, let me think about that for a second. Because what would get me back? Honestly, if I just knew when to watch it again and where to watch it, I would definitely tune in. I just haven't been hip on knowing which internet websites and stuff or links to go to watch it.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, always Jeff Hardy's playing. Jeff Hardy's wrestling. Then I'm always gonna watch. You know,
There
I
you
would like to
and
see. I mean, truthfully, I can't really say because I haven't watched it in a good little while, so I can't really say what they do and don't have. I would have to like catch a show recently
oh,
and then
okay,
come back.
okay.
Yeah, I think the last time I truthfully watched wrestling was that show I went to, and it was whack.
Oh yeah, I can, I can understand that. I can understand that. Okay,
Yeah.
so you said Jeff Hardy. So I know a few people that have said that it's the fact that they don't watch wrestling because Stone Cold Steve Austin and The Rock are not. Even though
Oh.
Austin has had a match 2 years ago, The Rock had a match this past WrestleMania,
Hmm.
but they're not normally featured on the show. They're not the top guys. The top guys are the Cody Rhodes, the
Well,
Roman
yeah,
Reigns.
yeah. Those guys should be the top guys. Stone
Yes.
Cold, The Rock, and they already had their
Mm.
heyday. We getting older. The kids need new people to look up forward to, man.
Well, and you have to. They're old, so you
Yeah,
can't
they're
walk. You
old.
can't take a bump. You know
Yeah, you
that from
can't take a
personal
bump. Well, I
experience.
don't know, man. Like we said before, that's Ric Flair. He's still out there doing the thing. So
Well, he can walk. But he's willing to die in the rain. He's one of those people that
yeah,
I would, that's a caution statement that should go on the screen as soon as he steps into the ring. You might witness a live
you
death.
might witness that. Yeah, right.
So that's something completely different. Not, I don't want to see a man die
No,
in a ring. Especially a man I've
no.
seen him give up his body for so many years.
So many. Oh my goodness, dude. No, poor guy.
Yeah, exactly. My entire life, especially, I've always seen Ric Flair. I've been a staple in professional wrestling. Whether he's the man, whether he's walking around with a real version of this thing right here or something,
Right.
he's the guy.
Hey,
You
he
know,
is the
uh,
guy.
he's not my favorite wrestler. Obviously, my favorite wrestler is my favorite race is Hulk Hogan. But he Ric Flair matters. Wrestling wouldn't be the same
Yeah.
without him. I'm going to say hip hop culture wouldn't be the same without Ric Flair. I would go
Yeah.
far to say that.
He did do a lot.
He's definitely an icon. But so what you're saying is back
I
on.
would also like if wrestling. I remember when I was starting to leave it more, it was
Mm-hmm.
branching more into the entertainment field.
Yes,
As
yes,
a businessman, that's great. More avenues for people to make money. Less traumatic injuries potentially. They started bringing down the hardcore aspect of the attitude era per se. So once it started doing that, getting more towards entertainment, I kind of branched off away from it as well because I started thinking I'm like, well, when I started looking at it as a soap opera, like hardcore
yeah,
soap opera, instead of like, oh, dudes is fighting and it's a soap opera. Now
yeah.
I just kind of lost a little bit of interest. Then I would much, I'll never get my attitude era back. I know that.
Now that's done.
Yeah, that's over with. But if they could, like you said with AEW, if they could add, a little bit more, like overseas, watching some Japanese stuff, if they could add just a little bit more, central thinking around athletes, their abilities, and the wrestling. I'm all for making a superstar, but hey, this guy over here is been wrestling his heart out and been doing the damn thing, and he can do more than 5 moves. But this guy, you just like the way he looks. I don't like that too much, but I can't really argue that, and I can't really argue as a consumer neither because I'm consuming the content either way.
Yes. Well, see,
So
that's the thing with AEW. They focus more on wrestlers such as Ricochet and Will Ospreay, who might not have the best mic skills in the world, but they can do pretty much any move you choose.
right,
And so with that, they have Okada on their have a relationship with New Japan. Japanese wrestling is huge within the AEW community, but AEW is still lagging behind the WWE significantly due to the fact that they don't know how to do both, which is
yeah,
have a good
exactly.
story and make a good and have a good match at the same time.
Matt, yeah, yeah,
You know, because you can have a 5-star match in AEW. Like I hope one day you get to catch an AEW show. Their Wednesday
Yeah.
they Wednesdays at 8 o'clock on TNT. That's their spot.
Is that cable?
Yeah, it's
See, I ain't
cable.
got cable. What can I watch it? Can I watch it on the computer?
Yes, you can. I'll send you a link.
Oh, all right, there you go.
But yeah, so AEW definitely they they shoot for the Japanese wrestling fan. Um, I'm a story guy. Obviously, my favorite wrestler is Hogan. If I can watch Hogan versus Rock at WrestleMania 18 and still get a tear in my eye as a 41-year-old man, and
Understandable.
and
Understandable.
and still be like, oh wow, that was a masterpiece. And neither one of those guys are gonna get a 5-star match out of
Right.
any part of their career. Whether it's The Rock or Hogan, and their styles are punch, kick, taunt.
Taunt. Yeah.
You know, and that's what they did.
Punch, kick, taunt, and then there's a spot.
Yeah, and then somebody's down for 20 minutes. So with them, that's how wrestling is for them. But as I know, wrestling, I feel like wrestling is the ultimate show because it can reach everyone. Me and you
Yeah.
we don't want the same thing out of a wrestling show, but we still want a wrestling show.
Yeah. Much agreed. And I do like the entertainment, man, especially when I was watching the hardcore with the John Cena, man, the big hip hop rapper and all that stuff. I love the entertainment, like the entertainment aspect when they try to bring DX back and that all that invasion, that was cool too.
Yeah.
But hey man, they need to put more emphasis on the women's. I mean, what they did, they put more emphasis on the women's division. That was hype too. They got some actual women that can wrestle. They'll never have another China or Jacqueline or who else was big? What was that one chick's name, bro? Like the women's wrestling when I watched was dope. It was like Jacqueline, Trish Stratus,
Yeah.
Molly Holly. Molly Holly was called
Well, Molly's actually training women to wrestle in the WWE. She's one of their female trainers.
Oh, dope. That's dope.
And producer. She produces the matches as well.
She was super thick.
So
Who else?
Molly's doing her thing. Trish just
Who
came
else?
back. Trish came back earlier this year, so and wrestled for a stint.
Wow, really? That's wild.
Mm-hmm.
That was another one. I can't remember now. But the women's division, they turning up. They doing some things. I like that too. There's not really much I can say that I don't really say that I like or don't like about it because I haven't really watched it. But I can just say stuff that I do like and that I see in passing.
Yeah, well, if you're free tonight, you should watch Monday Night Raw.
I'm gonna have to.
They definitely it's definitely different with Vince out and Triple H taking the helm of writing and booking the WWE. It's definitely a more wrestling focused, but with a story as well type of show. Not as much nudity as in sexual innuendos and Diddy stuff, as we know that Vince McMahon loves because him and Diddy. He went to Diddy parties.
That's unfortunate.
God damn it, Diddy! You should have drugged her harder. Some stuff. Like that.
Give him more.
He was that type of guy. Yeah, exactly. But but wrestling has changed completely within the past few things. Shawn Michaels is running NXT, which makes things a lot different with DX as. Oh, okay. Well, you good?
My bad. Yep, there it goes. Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine.
It cut off. All right.
It's fine.
I got a phone call. All right, sweet.
You stayed in. Nothing happened. I saw you the whole time. But but with Shawn Michaels and Triple H, D-Generation X pretty much running the WWE, being the executives behind the creative for both things, it's a lot different. Shawn Michaels and Triple H obviously don't see wrestling the same way. There's been recent departures. They've been saying that the people that are skin shade, the black wrestlers, have not gotten a fair shake from Triple H. But they've not said that about Shawn Michaels because Shawn Michaels has had multiple black champions, and
I
multiple black
mean,
people featured, and him twerking with Sexy Red is actually, it went viral. So there's
yeah.
that.
I mean, you expect anything else from Hunter Hearst Helmsley? Paul
he's also
Levesque.
he's my second favorite wrestler. So
I
there's
know.
that.
You can't really. I mean, what you expect? Duh. He ain't never pretended to like nobody he didn't like.
And that's true.
I
That's
don't
true.
know. So, I don't know
Because
what he's doing.
with Bobby Lashley leaving and MVP, but I feel like a lot of people said it was the race card.
MVP left?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
I feel it was the age card. They are older wrestlers.
Yeah.
I don't think Triple H wants to push someone who may only have 2 or 3 years left. Bobby Lashley is 40. He's in his late 40s. I don't know he's older than I am. And so
Oh, okay.
therefore, so I'm just like, well, why would he want to push you? This is a young man's game. Yes, Roman Reigns is 38, 39 years old, but he's 30. He still has the 3 in front of his name, in front of his age. And he's not, and he can be featured as the guy. There you go. You're back now.
There
And
we go. Why does this keeps going to dang on? Oh, my phone's about to die. That's why.
that makes
Hold up.
sense.
There we go. Gotta plug him up.
Mhm.
Whoops. Oopsie. There we go.
But now I do have a question. So you went to be a wrestler. You've had wrestling matches.
Yes.
What made you not want to be a wrestler?
Money.
I get that. Definitely get that.
Money.
So
Uh,
what's the most you've made and what's the least you've made as an independent wrestler?
let's see. The most I made as an independent wrestler in a given weekend was $150.
And how many times did you wrestle?
7.
So you had 7 matches and you only made $150.
Yep.
I
Well,
can understand.
I I did technically. I didn't even wrestle in the 7th. It was a tag match,
Mm-hmm.
so I didn't really. I just had 2 spots in it, but uh, yeah, we made $150. That was split between like me and my partner, and well, technically I only made $75. Technically,
Oh, okay.
between me and my homie Chaz. But other than that, it was a group of us, and we all got paid a lump sum.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it accounted to. I mean, it probably shouldn't have been the best way to get paid. I mean, looking back at it now, I mean, we kind of got, shafted, but
Yes.
it's cool.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing to stop me from wrestling. Not making the money. I would have been cool with traveling and being broke. It was at the time I just did
Yeah.
not have the funds to support it.
You didn't have the funds to travel and be broke.
Right, I couldn't travel and be broke. That
So
was not
right
gonna happen.
so right now, just in you're not old. So would you ever consider getting back into the ring? I
I
know you
would
have injuries
definitely
through life, but
I would definitely consider it. It would definitely be a thing. And I honestly regret the fact that I honestly shut the door on one of those opportunities that came, honestly, that presented itself probably about 6 or 7 years ago. I got offers to go wrestle with Isaiah at OVW. And I was in the process of getting ready to go to Puerto Rico. And I told him I would
hmm
hit him up when I came back. And he told me the event was the same weekend that I was going on to Puerto Rico.
Oh
And I just
wow.
didn't go. Yeah. I just did, and I could have went and talked to people and got in. I just didn't do it. I
Oh
thought it
wow.
would be another time. Yeah, this was a guy named you may have heard of him, Isaiah in OVW.
I know.
I'm good.
I've seen him. I went to
Yeah,
an OVW event not too long ago. I see
yeah, I'm
him. I
good
see
friends
him
with him.
around quite. I see him around quite often.
Oh yeah,
Yes, I
yeah.
see him around quite often.
Yeah, I met him through one of my cousins. But man, that was the one time. That was a oof. That was a big oof. But another
Hmm.
thing, man, I could do it. I would definitely
Mm-hmm.
give it a shot. I would just have to. It would have to be at the right place, right time, or I would just have to be. What is that? Willing to take the risk. That's
I'm
another
gonna
thing. I
say,
haven't really taken many risks.
I know that you don't even want to come to the gym, brother.
I know. I know, right?
But I mean, I've seen. I mean, but right now would be the perfect time. You have to think OVW. I don't know if you've seen the OVW documentary on Netflix.
No, I haven't.
So they had an OVW documentary on Netflix. I think Isaiah was on there, small part. He wasn't like one of the major stars because he's not a full time OVW guy anyway. He just kind of does his
Mm.
own thing within the independents down here.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Al Snow is one of the owners of OVW now, and
Yeah.
definitely the head trainer of OVW. Him and Doug Basham, and
Basham.
the mayor owns a piece of OVW. I don't know why. Um,
That's
that's
peculiar, but okay.
it's strange, but anyway. But no, this would be if you ever wanted to get back into wrestling, this would be like the perfect time to get back into wrestling.
Yeah, I
You
feel like
know,
it would be.
you're not old, you're still young, you're wiser. You know what I'm saying? You
Yep.
definitely have a unique look. You know what I'm saying? And from what I remember from the way you did wrestle, you definitely took some cues from Jeff Hardy with the recklessness.
Oh yeah.
But
Yeah, yeah. I was definitely a little cruiserweight, man. I
yeah,
definitely wasn't afraid to jump off stuff.
and being a 5'6" young man as you are, you
Yep.
have to in the type of game of wrestling. But wrestling has changed. Um, Brian Danielson, the OVW heavyweight champion,
Yep.
that's not a big guy. That's a short
That's not.
king.
He's not. Yeah, he's a little guy.
Major guys
Is that the
in
yes dude? Is
yes,
that the
yes,
yes guy?
that's the
Okay.
yes guy. So
All
what?
right.
So I think with that would definitely be the way for you to get back into wrestling. For
Oh
you to
yeah.
wrestle. A lot of guys are not big. Adam Cole, he's around about the same size. He was one of the biggest prospects in WWE. Vince didn't see anything in him because he is a smaller guy, but Hunter loved him, and so did
Yeah.
Sean because Sean's a smaller guy. Sean's not that small.
Right.
But Sean
But
Small, if
Sean
you
Small.
compare him to Hulk Hogan or The Undertaker, the guys he grew up in the wrestling business with, he was
With right.
definitely a smaller gentleman. And he flourished within the professional wrestling landscape. I could definitely see you now with the way wrestling is, where a person does not have to be tall. Leo Rush. I don't know if you know who Leo Rush is, but Leo Rush
Mm-hmm.
he's a small young man.
Okay.
He's in his late 20s. He's 165 pounds.
Okay.
He was definitely one of the top guys. He's Rey Mysterio's bigger physically than
Then
Leo
Leo Rush.
Rush. Yeah, they're probably about the same height, but Ray's had more burritos than Leo. So
Hey, yeah, Ray's thick. I've always seen that man. Ray's like little, but he's heavy.
Ray's been to the gym. you know,
Yeah. He's been to
you
the
know,
gym.
but Leo's been to the gym, but he just did cardio and calisthenics. He didn't lift a weight, and so there's nothing wrong with that. But so I think you should. This would be the time for you to get back into wrestling. You can hit Isaiah up. He's. I don't think I follow him on Instagram, but I know who he is. Well, I do
Yeah,
follow him on Instagram. I do.
I talked to him through Facebook. I haven't talked to him in a good little while, honestly. It's probably been about 3 or 4 years at this point. Last time he
That's
mentioned it to me.
could be the time, man. Hell, you only live once. You know that. YOLO, right?
Mm. YOLO. You only live once. Damn. I I no shit. I kind of forgot what that stood for. Wow. That's funny. I was like, yellow. Oh yeah. You only live once. Oh well.
you know. Well, I'm glad I re-enlightened
Hey,
you on
yeah.
what YOLO meant.
Re-enlighten me on what yellow meant, man.
But you,
Sorry about
you,
that.
you, my cousin, my young cousin, you have had potential as a professional wrestler. I know a few people that
Yes.
used to be indie wrestlers. I tried to get Jack on here. I forgot his wrestling name, but he used to be an indie wrestler as well. He's about my age.
Oh.
So and obviously his career is over because he's old. But
Oh,
but
it's okay. It's
but
okay.
I know a lot of people that especially they grew up in the Attitude Era in
Yeah.
this area because of OVW. They all tried to be professional wrestlers. You didn't go about it the way he did, which is work until you got $3,000 to train at LVW.
I
But
know. I should have did that part.
well, no. I mean, you did it though. You did it. You should have, but you didn't. But you
Mm.
still got recognition from a wrestler who saw you and was like, "Bro, let's go do it." And
Yeah. Yeah. I
So
mean, honestly,
obviously,
it was an honor too because the guy he came out of nowhere. He messaged me on Facebook through
yeah.
a friend of through one of the referees. Her name was Charlene.
Mm-hmm.
I was good friends with her, and he messaged me through her. I also who else was I talking to? Ashley Surface. You know her?
Yes.
Okay, her too. I
Oh
went to
wow.
middle school with her. I used to date her.
Oh wow. Well, that makes sense.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, she man. Anyway, oh yeah, dude, Justin Turner, Mickey Knuckles. There, I know so many wrestlers, bro. That's
See,
crazy.
there's no reason.
Like personally, know these people.
There's no reason for why you should not
There's no reason
be in
why I
a
shouldn't
ring
be in a
right now,
ring.
man.
Yeah,
There's
there's
no
not.
reason why
There's
you
not.
shouldn't be in a ring. I
There's
know,
none.
I know. After the motorcycle accident, I know some stuff changed with
Yeah,
you
that.
physically and your mindset because
Yeah,
you stopped working out. And I know you went into a little depression. But young
yeah.
man, you ain't in your 20s no more.
I ain't in my 20s no more, and I should have been unsnapped out of it by now. Dog. I
And
should have been though. Yeah.
and no matter what your depression is, my cousin, this old man is here, and you have my telephone number because we ain't
Hey,
gonna
that
have
is.
it no more.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. Stop calling yourself an old man, man. You're not old. You're just a veteran, man. You seasoned.
I'm one step closer to death, but I ain't dead yet, brother.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I hate the way that sounds sometimes. Shit.
That's true, but it's facts of life. It's just a fact of life,
Man.
you know. But no, but I want to see you back in. I want to see you. I want to hear you watching wrestling, and I want to see you have a wrestling match. You broke my bed as a child. You should at least owe
Ah,
you owe me as much to let me watch you wrestle for one time
valid, valid. That's valid. That is
in my
valid.
life. You
That is
know,
valid.
So
I broke his bed, folks. I broke his
he broke
bed.
my bed.
For whatever reason, I
Thought he was Jeff
went over this
Hardy.
man's house. And I thought I was Jeff Hardy, and I swanton bombed it. Never did I tell him though. Hey, I smacked my ankle on his footboard, and that hurt real bad. But we let that go
No
because I broke
soul.
his bed.
No soul.
I was like, oh no. I sit there and look. The only thing Rudy said was, "That's all right. I ain't worried about it." I said, "What, bro? I just broke your whole bed. Where you gonna sleep at?" I don't know.
Hey,
Mm,
I don't let material objects stress me
yeah,
out, brother.
I'm like,
There's,
I ain't worried about it.
you can't let that happen. There's bigger things in this life other than a bed or whatever you can get because I can always buy another one of those. Not as a
That
child I
is
couldn't,
true.
but
Right, right,
there
right.
was there was more than one bed in that house. There was a bed in the basement. I just had to
Ah,
pick it up and take it and bring it upstairs. You know what I'm saying?
oh man, that is good times though. Good times.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But I want to see you back in the wrestling ring, and I think it would be good. You fit
I need
in
to
with the
do it.
style that they have right now.
That might be what I need to do. It might be the reason why my life feels so empty and whatnot now. I don't have nothing to shoot for or nothing to do. I just go to work and feel like I'm aimlessly just running around in circles. I
Well,
think it might be. I need
I
some
get
passion.
exactly. That's the reason I started this podcast. I
Yeah,
do the
I
same
need some
thing,
passion.
and I'm a passionate father, but and I'm a passionate gym goer. But there's other things that I need to do that are not solitary. I'm being a father than solitary, but it's pretty solitary
Yeah,
if you don't get along with the
yeah,
ex-wife. But
that's
that's
valid.
another
Yeah,
podcast all in itself,
yeah, that's valid.
brother.
Yeah.
but definitely. But I will let you go. But closing questions I want to ask you,
Oh yeah, yeah,
uh,
yeah. What's up?
which is at the end of the day, wrestling has had its ups and its downs with everybody's life. But with most people, when they watch wrestling, compared to any other sport, if you watch football your whole life.
Oh, yeah.
If you watch basketball your whole life. But people go in and out of wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
What makes you think? Why would they go in and out of wrestling? We don't stop watching movies. We
Oh,
don't stop.
it's the eras. The era definitely. I think it's more or less the eras of wrestling. Same way with how I stopped watching it. I stopped watching it because it came too commercial or whatnot. Or I wouldn't necessarily say people that grow out of it because I mean you grow up with your favorite wrestlers. Some people hear it and they're like, "Oh, it's fake," and they don't want to they don't want to watch it again because they say it's fake or whatnot. But at the same time, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors with your football game or your basketball game. That could be rigged too. So that I don't I heard that side of it, but I think that's why people grow out of it because of the phases in wrestling changes. It's something's going on in the show where they don't truthfully like it, and they just move away from it. Like I had a real passionate friend who just hated John Cena.
I agree.
I
I wasn't a
mean,
John Cena fan either.
bro hated and would not watch wrestling because of John Cena. Just because John Cena was champion, John Cena was the face, and he just would not watch it. And I was like, okay, well, that's valid. That's you. But I think that's why.
All right.
Because
All right.
with football, basketball, and all that stuff, they grow up. Well, people that grow up their whole life watching it. They may play it, so that may help them to keep watching it. It's easy to watch something if you play it, like obviously, but like football, you know what they're gonna expect when you turn on a football game. You know, they get the primal energy out. My team against your team, us against you. When it's wrestling, I mean, it's kind of the same thing too. My favorite wrestler against your favorite wrestler. So, I really can't say. I can just say why I stopped watching it
I can definitely see
and
that.
get back into it.
I could definitely see that. Well, Ja, the Stoic Stoner,
Yes, sir.
I would like to bid you adieu and thank
I
you very
do.
much.
Hey,
Thank
thank you. I
thank you
appreciate it.
very much. I hope to see you in a wrestling ring one day, and
Absolutely.
I also hope to see you in the gym because you need to start working
Dog,
out, brother. As the
bro,
great
y'all
Hulk
know,
Hogan said.
right? Look, bro, look at this. That's weak, bro. Look, that's weak.
Oh,
That's
you got a
weak.
little peak. I see a little peak right there. You got
Oh
a little
yeah,
peak.
little peak, the little
You
peak,
got a
bro. That's
little.
weak.
We got a little
We
peak.
got we
We
got to
can at
get
least.
back in there, dog. We got a little gut now too.
Well, you got some weight to
Yeah,
move.
yeah. I got some weight to move, dog.
So when
You
we put
know,
that 225 on that bench press, you'll be all right.
oh boy. Hey, look, I might get that. Not, nah, I ain't get that. I might. I think 185, bro.
185 for 10. We got you
All right, that's a bet.
on
As
incline.
long as you.
We don't do flat no more. We old.
Oh, that hurt my shoulder. If we do incline, I gotta do dumbbell press.
All right then. We can come up with alternate workout routines for you
Oh, I'm about to
for
say,
your
man, shoulder
injuries.
press, upright, yeah, incline. No, wait, I might be able to do incline fine. I think it's like upright shoulder press that fucks
I
up
mean,
my shoulder.
we're not gonna do a straight military press. I do straight military
Yeah,
press, but that's usually with machines. I have shoulder issues as well. I'm old, so that usually happens.
I hate it. I don't like it. Yeah. Any Hoosier, you about to get off here though?
Yes, sir. The ether of wrestling is about to end, but
The eighth,
yes, sir. But thank you, man.
man. Thanks for
Like
having
I
me.
said, hopefully when we get the group chat going, I would love for you to
Yeah,
be in it.
I look forward to the next one. Honestly.
All right, man. I will talk to you soon. And this has been
All
the
right,
ether of
brother.
wrestling. Goodbye.
Take it easy.
You too.
Do, 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 do.